What's good? It's me, Tim Keys, and I'm back. And today I want to talk about an application called Splash Pro. Splash Pro is an application that allows you to generate MIDI. And God knows we have a bunch of different plugins that will help you generate MIDI plugins. There are no shortage of options available at this point in the game. However, what makes this particular plugin a little bit different is it will allow you to generate melody lines, harmony lines, as well as bass lines, but you can also generate drums and vocals. That's right, vocals. But the best part about this plugin is that it can do all of those things for free. So you go to the website splashpro.popgun.ai, and then you click on the operating system that you're working with. They even have one set up for Mac for Live. In my case, I'm using Windows. So you click on it. Once you do that, I'm going to open this up and close that because I don't need it. So once you do that, you're going to open up your DAW of choice. You're also going to open up the application. Now, one thing about Splash Pro is Splash Pro does not operate as a VST. So you will open it up in conjunction with your DAW. This is nice because you don't have to worry about compatibility issues. Once you do that, you want to make sure that you set your video, not your video, pardon me, you set the plugin to the same BPM as your sequencer. So in this case, I'm going to go up to 146, and you have your options to choose from, major and minor. You can do your bars from 1 bar all the way to 16 bars, and then how many chords in those bars, anywhere from 1 chords in a bar all the way up to 6. And then you go here, and then you select your progression. And then they give you some standard options to choose from. I'm going to leave mine as is. They give you the options. You have electric, hip hop, boom bap, modern trap, pop, R&B, rock. And if none of those suit your taste, you can just pick one of these options down here. Once you do that, you can adjust things like variation, chordiness, note length, root octave, velocity, timing, and pitch range. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm not going to mess with any of that. I'm just going to hit Compose MIDI. I'm going to take my MIDI and drag it into the sequencer. And I am going to wait because it's going to take a little bit. I'm going to hit that play button. Oh my word. I am going to wait a little bit because I'm using Reason 12. No diss to Reason 12, but I've used this in other DAWs. I've even used this in an earlier version of Reason 11, and it is a little bit slower. So depending on what your DAW of choice is, you might in fact, you might have some lag time, but that's okay. I don't like that. I don't mind the chord progression, but the timing is off. Now, the cool thing about this plugin is if I don't necessarily like how that played out, but I like the chord progression, I can always go back and just hit Compose MIDI, drag it in, and then as you can see, there's a slight variation. So we're going to do that. So now I have my piano riff. Now let's go and do the bass. Likewise, just like you can make your preferences for your bass or for your keyboards, you can do the same thing for your bass lines. They're going to give you similar options. They do change somewhat as you get to the techniques, and that makes good sense because you're using bass lines. You don't play a bass like you would play a keyboard per se. I'm going to leave all of this pretty much the same. I'm going to click that compose MIDI. I'm going to drop it in and I'm going to mute that and let's see what happens. So we're good on the bass line. Now I'm going to go to drums and let's see. We have tech house, modern house, neo soul, rock, and then we have some dance. I am going to go with, I don't know what I want to go with. I'm just going to pick one. Let's do hip hop modern because usually that's the one they always kind of, get wrong. No disrespect. So I'm going to hit that compose MIDI again. I'm going to throw that in. And as you can see, it's just as simple as dragging and dropping. However, in this case, I am going to throw in, I'm going to throw in a redrum. I've done this a few times with Kong. I want to try this with the redrum and see what happens. Can I get something? Come on now, we can do this. All right. I apologize for the delay. I also realized, oh gosh. I'm gonna leave it on house kit. Now that we have that taken care of, I'm gonna do the last part, which is the vocals. When you get to the vocals, you can select between a male or a female voice. You can even use MIDI to dictate the singing style, if you will, of the voice. I'm gonna type in some lyrics. I am not a lyricist. That is not in my wheelhouse. So let's type in something. Once I put in my lyrics, make sure you hit the enter button for every, bar or section, because it'll help the vocalist, if you will, to, you know, have space. Once you do that, you hit render voice. Gotta throw that in there. I'm gonna delete that. Let's see what the voice sounds like by itself.
My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie.
All right, I'm gonna try it one more time. Not that that was terrible. I just want to see if I get something different if I render the voice again. I'm gonna throw that in. Boom, one more time. Let's play it.
My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come
It's not
fly
bad.
straight into your eye.
Let's see how it
Mom
matches.
said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray.
I just wanted to see how I'm doing on time. So that's pretty much it with this plugin. Once you get your MIDI notes in, you can adjust the sound however you like. You can even go back. The beautiful thing about MIDI is you can add to it, you can take away, you can adjust according to your taste. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics. If you don't like the vocals, I mean, in Reason, there are some things you can do to adjust the pitch. Matter of fact,
My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie,
if I can get this thing to
or
move
your
fast
pants
enough.
may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye. Mom said don't tell a lie, or your pants may fray. My dog still come fly straight into your eye.
All right, that's enough of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Splash Pro. Pros, A, it's free. Two, you don't necessarily need to have it in your DAW because you can just drag and drop the MIDI and adjust it. Another pro is it covers keyboards, bass, drums, and vocals, and you can get a bunch of different chord progressions. Just hitting that compose MIDI, even if you have the same progression up, up on top. And yeah, I think it's a great alternative, especially compared to what's out there now. No diss to some of the plug-in companies that have done their thing. Scalar, the Instacord, the Instascales, those things are great because again, they provide tools and they give you a way to generate MIDI and add different stuff to your music. This is just another tool for that. And so, yeah, um, I would say by all means, if you have the time, check this plugin out and don't let my terrible lyrics deter you away from experimenting with the vocals because I think that's a nice little niche that they have. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for watching. It's Tim Keys. I'm out. Peace.